Floating upstream from Melbourne developers House, Untitled Goose game started as a bit of a joke amongst the team, but thankfully grew into something much more. Sliding into the waddling protagonist Webb's shoes, you're given a to-do list of naughty shenanigans. Using your beak to peck and pick up items, dashing away from the village locals, wings outstretched, and blasting your honker whenever you get the chance. Which is all you'll really need to do to send this village into a state of sheer panic.
Your to-do list boasts so many wonderfully devious puzzles. The sleepy English village carves out 5 unique areas, each area flooded with tasks that tease you to torment, ranging from simply getting into a garden to making someone prune a prize rose. Solutions can be a bit tricky at times, requiring a little bit of extra logic to tick off your mischievous tasks. But no matter how flustered you may feel, the chaotic results are always worth the bit of extra work. Every puzzle has you being a little bit naughty, but so charming.
And seeing as geese are notorious for stealthy behaviour, what they're not? Well, anyway, you'll need to sneak about so you can watch the villagers' behaviour, keeping tabs on the best time to strike. All the while staying out of sight by keeping to the shadows and behind cover, or in this case bushes and minorly small objects.
And the best part, if you're just a troublesome goose at heart, you could accidentally complete tasks without ever looking at the to-do list. The world is alive and just fun to poke around. So once you've observed your environment and started hassling the locals, everything just falls into place. It's fun to watch the sinister Sandbox unfurl.
Oh, I took particular delight in watching 2 neighbours just go about their day. They had so many things to steal, so I thought, if I steal this lady's socks and give them to a neighbour, and then he throws them carelessly, what if I were to give him something breakable? And how would his neighbour react? Why? It's both alarming and kind of wonderful how often I found myself invested in the lives of these locals.
The game developers, House, really found the perfect art style for this realistic yet quirky world. Everything is pared back and simplified. Villagers move slowly and calmly, only to be awoken by our goose with larger-than-life wild reactions. And you're practically given full creative control over the goose, allowing you to bring him to life as you wish. Finding that perfect moment to honk, duck your head down in shame, or puff out your chest to assert your dominance. Cute dominance, however, for our small inquisitive bird.
He does his best. However, I did find the camera often didn't quite cooperate. You're able to zoom in and out with the shoulder buttons, but with the rather tight perspective, I was almost always holding to stay zoomed out. When a game's reliant on watching movement patterns, it's rather annoying when they're obscured. I need to see what that old guy is doing. Which slipper is off the ground? But something unquestionably brilliant is its music.
Oh, wasn't it a delight? It's actually a bunch of reworked passages from classical composer Claude Debussy, playing in tandem with the goose's constantly changing pace. It'll softly creep in as you sneak up behind your next victim, then dynamically shift into loud, playful chaos as you unsurprisingly get caught by the omnipresent gardener.
Yeah, the play school-like piano paired with our waddling goose never ceased to make me smile. Sadly though, our time with the sly goose is rather short. The main story only took me about 2 hours to complete. There are a few additional missions to check off once the credits roll though, trekking you back across the map to further bring adorable terror to the townsfolk. But that was only about an extra hour of playtime as well. I would have happily flapped my feathered wings into the next village over. Maybe there's another kid with poorly tied laces. Why? This guy's just bad at walking. I'd say sorry, but I'm a goose.
Look, I'd gladly play more as well, but I do think that Untitled Goose game is just the perfect amount of everything, making the most of its genius goosey puzzles whilst never overstaying its welcome. With a warm art style, tight controls, and playful music, it's all just so lovely. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
This is probably one of the first games in a long time I've wanted to show everyone I know, gamer and non-gamer alike. Whilst it is a little bit short, it is such a wholesome, bright spark of a game. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens. We should have gone with rubber geese.